A top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Great to have you along. UB Stadium in Buffalo, home to the Buffalo Bulls. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Appalachian State Mountaineers, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Buffalo Bulls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Chris Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up.
Yeah. If your line, they let your linebackers catch some shit.
And the Mountaineers have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming in the opening of the season.
I responded for you.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. From the gun to give, looking for room. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Let's take a minute to talk about the big picture for Buffalo. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Out of the backfield, he's open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Get set, get set.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Well, the offense goes toss play, but guys, they do it running into the boundary where there's just not a lot of space and room to work for the running back. He had nowhere to go, and he got tackled for a loss.
Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's take a minute to chat about Buffalo. They found some success on the recruiting trail, got a top 25 class. Now the question is, what can they do with it?
It's a top 25 class. It's not littered with a bunch of 5-star blue-chip prospects. They've got guys they feel like they can develop down the road. But, David, the big question is, how long is it going to take?
Yeah, and sometimes when you get that top 25 class, you also found some diamonds in the rough. And then some guys...
Right down the gut of the field. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Buffalo. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And how about him? Nice job catching the football and then turn it into a playmaker. Turn it into a small, wide receiver. The tight end shows off the ability to run after the catch, make a big play, and get the big touchdown.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. And the ball's on the ground. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Well, you always turnovers in the first game, and for this young man, he's got to be able to turn the page. I know that was his first carry of the year. He puts it on the ground. That's the nightmare scenario, but you got to be able to wash that and flush it out. You got to be able to play the next play.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward.
Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a 1st down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Quick handoff. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find better field position to start a drive. 1st and goal from the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. Beck's going for the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Buffalo!
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the 1st quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field, or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown up over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
On the move from inside his 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he stopped.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
This running back is so dynamic, and you've got to be able to take advantage of his speed by getting him to the outside. So that's why you dial up the toss play there. It's a nice way to change it up and get this guy in space to go make plays.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Under fire. Hits the open man. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He's got him. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
To the air on 2nd down. He's got it and still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding on the defense is just a gift to the offense with the automatic 1st down. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Got his man on the outside. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Defense might bring the house here. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. The give to the back. Looking for the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Mountaineers! It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Georgia Tech has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Bobby Dodd Stadium. They're up by 7 over Kentucky. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Buffalo offense headed back to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Green 25.
To the ground. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
42 Spider.
He wants to change this route. The play action fake. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Rolling right and going deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And the Mountaineers will have it 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. Let's talk about App State. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time.
Turning it on. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete. Oh, what a cut! Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead. It's a fumble. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the 1st down marker. Moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Trying to pound it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Working that left side now. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And he made that look easy, but it's not. I think one of the hardest things to do is tackle these quick, shifty wide receivers in the open field. Nice job getting that sucker on the ground.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Sticks it in his belly. He's not going to get there. Stop. On 4th down.
And how about it? They give it to the muscle on 4th down. The big fullback tried to let him plow his way for the 1st down. The defense was having none of it. Stopped on 4th down. 1st down going the other way.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Bulls backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Quarterback keeps it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. He'll send out 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Hills. Oh, they're after him! And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he throws the football.
And the Bulls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The give to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from their own 13. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Using the quick game. At the 40, there he goes. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Complete to the left. He's down at the 23-yard line. It's a 1st down, and they've got to show this urgency. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on 1st down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Buffalo! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Powers through the defender. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right. There he goes! Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Hey, travel! Travel!
Second down, he'll throw it. Floats it out in space. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Makes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Here we go, here we go! Got it!
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Pulls it in, it's Johnson. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on third down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in third and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The short hands, it's Barmore.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
And the Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short.
22.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Oh, he's got some space. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Here we go, here we go!
Quarterback may change this route. To throw, it's Murphy. It's complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Come on, set!
Here's the handoff. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Pocket breaking down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Texas has a lead right now in Austin, but I'm not sure Bevo's feeling like this one's in the clear. This has been a nip-and-tuck affair all game. They're up by 7 over Utah State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Toss to the outside. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Creates a little room. Gets it past the marker. Breaks into the open. The 40. He's at the 30. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. That was just an open alley for that back. I don't think he was touched once before the tackle.
So he wouldn't even been down in two-hand touch?
No. To the ground with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Appalachian State.
And with that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
The score, Buffalo 31, App State 13.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Take over, 1st and 10.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Leaves it with the back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. We've reached the break. Buffalo has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Back open in the middle. Turning it on! Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Give to the back. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. And the stomping has commenced.
Game 1, you want to come out, put drives like that together, score a bunch of points, and especially at home. Give your home crowd something to get excited about. They have today. They've been jacked up, and they're going to go 1-0.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the... There he goes! Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They go to the ground. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. That gives him 100 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. Shakes off the defender. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it's squarely...
He's loose. he slide, find his way, and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, App State.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. The give as they work on that clock. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Red pass, it's complete. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Plows through the defense.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
From the gun, the ground game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Lining up to convert third down. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Murphy. Throws to the tight end. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
Well, man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field, nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. You just got to make the catch.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Bulls will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That returner's literally going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell on it.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Wants to throw on first down. Swings it out to his running back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
And the Mountaineers will snap it on first and... It's a fumble! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
First game of the year, you're always worried about turnover. Right? And this guy has the ultimate nightmare on his first touch of the year. Puts the ball on the ground. He's got to be able to flush that out now. You got to get ready to go play the next play.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee.